these are the chairs that give you a little... Yeah. So this is the, it's called Modern Living. It was done by Floro Home, which is Emmanual Belliveau and Maria Picetta.
Okay.
And they created this space. So it's sort of, you know, a wraparound little space. You want to come in the living room?
Yeah, I'll follow you. Lead. Yeah, great.
Beautiful flooring. This
That
is sort of
lovely.
indoor-outdoor.
And these are the things that, again, people forget when they're talking their condos. You know how they have the ugly balconies and the floors are never finished?
But how beautiful is
This is fantastic.
Yeah.
And these just are in pieces, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
excellent.
they lay in individual pieces. You
Love
have a
it.
little... You know, you
They
can
even
see
have a
this-
border.
Right.
Yeah, nice transition. Love it.
And how pretty is it to
Yeah,
be able
that
to sit
is great.
inside and be right outside?
Be there. Yeah,
like
that's
that's lovely, I
fantastic.
think.
I
Being able to be
agree.
part of the garden.
Yeah. So this is something
He's
we're
staying for
seeing-
dinner?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Really?
This
You're
is
welcome.
something we're seeing a lot more of, though. The rope lights.
Yeah. I mean, the beautiful thing is that it takes something that would otherwise just be a relatively unattractive
Yeah.
chain
And made it beautiful.
and makes it beautiful.
Yeah,
In
I
fact,
like it.
historically, they always covered the chains that were part of the, because the chandeliers used to have to be lowered to be
Yeah,
lit
that's right.
because they were gas.
That's right.
And so they would be covered in a cording so that when it came up, it would be sort of this ruched cording, and when it came down, they could light them and it would stretch out.
So talk about this, you guys, though, because this, most people now don't put chairs on the end.
You get better use of space, A. B, you know, with all of this equality and whatever, and who wants to be the head of the
Well,
table? It also allows the traffic flow around the table. This way you have much more openness and
How
team.
many times you get in a dining room and the table is so large
Oh, yeah.
that you can't get around the other
It's true.
people at the table.
It's true.
So by doing a narrow table, it makes the whole room functional.
Talk about chandelier height for me. It's
So
in
the
way.
average human's eyeballs are around 60 inches.
Yeah.
That's the average. And so when you think of chandelier height, we usually say a table's 30 inches. So then 30 inches above that, that's where you sort of want it to be at the minimum.
Okay.
In this environment, we've seen this happen when it's not a designated dining area. So they're trying to make that the light fixture feature for the whole space. And so some people will raise the height again.
To give more light.
And to make it for the whole room.
Whole room. Okay. So it doesn't look like a really bad
Bad
mistake.
mistake, exactly.
All right,
Great
I'll follow
kitchen.
you.
Floro Home has designed this collection of islands.
Oh, okay.
Because there's so many condo spaces that don't come with an island.
It's beautiful.
Well, actually, if you like, I'll introduce you to Emmanuel. He's the
Hello,
guy that
Emmanuel.
designed it.
Hi, lovely to meet
Pleasure.
you.
Pleasure,
We're
pleasure.
admiring the whole
you.
space, and of course, we're talking about this great center island. And the fact is that a lot of condos don't have them, but now
But
you
want
can get
them.
one.
I want them, and
want
they
them.
can get one right here with Castle Life. That's right.
Great.
Yeah.
And variation of sizes.
Yeah, it comes in a 4 foot and a 6 foot. It's
Okay.
called the Islo, so it's Islo 4 and Islo 6. And the idea is they're going to come with different options for tops, different options for cabinets as well.
So you can really make it look like it's part of your original kitchen.
You can, or you can make it look different. So
To make it a
juxtaposition going
feature.
on. Absolutely.
Something like
An
a piece of
accent,
furniture.
an accent
Absolutely.
piece.
Absolutely.
And maybe you can touch upon the actual cabinetry a little bit.
Yeah, this is from Sevilla. They're a fantastic kitchen company.
So the cool thing about these cabinets is that they're all, so they actually consume very little space on the way up, but they go up as opposed to out. Then you can take everything that's slightly higher, pull it down, which makes it way easy for you to
So
get
for us
to.
people who are like height limited,
Yeah.
you know, we can grab this.
Right.
I'm the tallest person in my
Extra-
family. This would be fantastic. I should install them everywhere.
But you know what? Can we make a point though? But for again, people that have limitations, finally.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is how it should be.
That's it. If someone's in a wheelchair and they can reach and they can
Yeah.
pull that down, right? So from an accessibility point of view, it's a great product.
Yeah.
And kind of looking at the sink, how many times do you go underneath the sink and it's just a clutter of whatever and whatnot because
We're
you
all
can't get
guilty
a
of
shelf
it.
in
Yeah,
there?
very
Yeah.
true.
In this sink,
Oh,
they've
wow.
looked, they've made a wire basket that carves itself around the sink.
So you
So
still deal
clever.
with all of the plumbing, but you're able to use the space effectively all the way
So I have
across.
a quick question for you, a little contest. Is it natural stone or is it not? You tell me.
I'm going to guess that it's quartz.
I would think it's quartz too.
So both these products are made from a company called Diamond Stone, and this is their version of a statuario,
Okay.
and this is their version of Calcutta. These
Sweet.
are man-made products, they're quartz products made to look like and emulate natural stone.
Beautiful.
Like that.
When do we move in?
We just did.
I have the keys here somewhere.
Eventually I had to get around to asking, but I wanted you to come into the bedroom.
Yay!
Yeah. So that great sense of indoor-outdoor, and that's sort of what, big space or small space, you want to have that feeling of bringing the indoors out and bringing the outdoors in. So that all of the space around your house, particularly with condos when you have just a balcony, the more that you can incorporate that balcony into your living space, it makes your space feel that
And
much
bigger.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Even visually, even through the winter months, if you finish it up so that you look out and it feels like yet another room because you've completed it in some fashion, as opposed to just having a sad old barbecue and nothing, it feels like part of your overall condo space. Psychologically, it makes you feel like you're in a way bigger space.
Touch upon the accent lighting a little bit. That seems to be happening more and more, I'm noticing.
I think it's really about mood lighting,
Okay.
more over about accent lighting.
Okay.
Because we're finding where that is being used is in that type of element. Like around the fireplace, you imagine all the lights were brought down low, little romantic evening. That's the only light that needs to be on. Okay,
Hey.
be careful now. What better than in your home than turning on every light in the kitchen, especially
see
in
where you're
condos.
going. Yeah.
Imagine a condo because
Sure.
you're waking everybody
Yeah.
up. There's just a slight little glow, or you go into the washroom.
Works as a beautiful little night light. It's
I've never turned them off.
And
I
also,
keep them
I
on
mean,
all the time.
with this kind of indirect mood lighting, as Jamie calls it, when you get to be of a certain age, you want just a little bit of gentle lighting. You don't want a big on,
It makes
full
it
on.
look better for
oh
all of
my
us, doesn't it?
yes.
For sure.
But
Yeah,
what I love
particularly
is,
in the bedroom.
you get up to use the washroom in the middle of the night, and how many times you go stay at a hotel, you flick on the big light, and it wakes you all up, and you're half
Well,
groggy.
you're seeing stars and,
Yeah,
and then, yeah. And then
So a soft little light, you can do your business and get up.
let's touch upon beds and bed placement. There's nothing saying you have to have it against the wall if you've got the space, right?
No. And that's a problem with a lot of different spaces, is that they don't often indicate a headboard wall. So the headboard wall should ideally, and this is a relatively good example, we have a door, we have a window, we have a door, we have a door, and then we have the fireplace. So it's
Where do you put that thing?
It's difficult to figure out where am I going to put the headboard, where am I going to put the bed. So what they've chosen to do here is float it in the middle. You have some usable space behind it, you still have hanging side lights, so you still get the functionality of that side, and it feels finished without being up against the wall. So that's a great way to solve the problem of not having a headboard wall.
It's a great idea, and I think it's, people forget the bed isn't always the feature of a room. In this particular case, I mean, the view is the feature.
Yes.
You want to come into a room and see that.
Well, in this particular case, we could have put that bed, or they could have put that bed at the head there of
Yes.
that wall. But it only took them farther away from the feature that was
Good
that's
point.
about this space,
Right.
you know?
And ideally, you want to work it out as this room has done, so that there is something beautiful to look at every angle. I have the headboard, I have the seating here, I have the outdoor here, I have the fireplace behind me. So from every approach, it's a beautiful room to come into.
And it's always what you boys talk about, function.
Yes.
Function.
Your lifestyle, and then make the room fit, your lifestyle,
Right.
not you fitting the room.
Exactly.
And it has to be functional.
Right.
Exactly.
Love
And
it.
just let me show you this little edge right here, because it's something that you're really gonna.
You couldn't resist that.